Hello and welcome to our show. This is our live watch along for England v Senegal. Before we get started, if you hit a like on this stream, it'll help push it out onto YouTube. Enjoy the game with us, enjoy the live chat as well, and get involved. Justin, you okay?
All right, mate. Yes, looking forward to this one. This is where the real work starts, doesn't it?
It does, but I've watched France and France look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do look very good. I mean, I don't see a lot of differential between our front players and their front players, apart from the obvious Kylian Mbappe. He's just different class, different gravy, totally.
And he has looked really, really good. So I think there's two changes for England. In goal, we've got Pickford, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, and Walker. As I called it in the match preview, Walker's come in, obviously, for his experience, his pace. Senegal have got Ismaila Sarr, who's going to pose England big problems. Then we've got the three of Rice, Bellingham, and Henderson. And then we've also got Foden, who keeps his place in the side, Kane, and then Saka comes back in as well for Rashford. And Sterling is out of this game on personal reasons as well. So what do you make of the lineup, Justin?
I've promised myself I'm going to back England all the way from this point onwards. So I've got to be a bit careful with what I say here, I suppose. But I'm disappointed on two levels. One, how he shoehorned Henderson into this team. And two, I think Rashford probably deserved it to start, to be honest, given his scoring form in the group stages. I think he's done enough in the last game to get the nod, probably over Saka, although I do like Saka. I'm sure it was a difficult decision, to be honest, between the two of them. But I just like the 4-2-3-1 with Bellingham. I like Bellingham and Rice in the double pivot because I think Bellingham can do everything. And while Senegal are going to cause us problems, I've no doubt they're going to be good tonight. They're not on the level of a France or an Argentina or a Brazil, who are more than likely going to be the three teams after this we would have to play to win the World Cup. So I'm a bit disappointed. I'm going to just say that he's erring on the side of caution, which is Gareth Southgate's mantra, and it has been since he's come in. I hope it doesn't backfire. I hope we are still positive. I hope we're on the front foot, and I hope we're attacking because I feel this England squad is better when it's just attacking, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I think the back four, I like it. Like you say, Henderson, I think that's just his defensive nature, isn't it?
He can't get away from it, can he?
How he approaches games. And I think that this is definitely a step up in quality from the three teams that we've played. So if we are to get through, then it's a good sort of stepping stone to the next test, which obviously get more and more difficult, don't they?
I don't think they get any more difficult than France, to be honest. I think should we get through tonight, which I expect us to, barring a disastrous performance, which we know we are capable of, if in the wrong circumstances. So let's hope that's not tonight. I don't think there's a better team than France in the tournament. I really don't. I think if you get past France, you should be confident you can go on and win it. I think that should give you the confidence to say, okay, there's no one better than them. They're the current world champions. They've got quality all over the pitch. And they've got probably one of the best players in the world currently in Mbappe. So, if we were to beat these and then go on, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, and go on to beat France, I love Argentina. If England aren't to win it, I want them to win it for Messi and for Emi Martinez, obviously. But Argentina haven't got the quality of the France first 11. And I think it's a close one with Brazil's first 11 and the French one. I think the French are still probably slightly stronger than the Brazilians. I think a Brazil-France final actually would be very, very tasty to watch. But hopefully we can be in the mix. Obviously, we want us to be. So
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting tonight. It's
yeah,
going to be really interesting. Harry Kane has got to turn up tonight as well for me, because I think with Rashford scoring so far in this World Cup, Kane not looking 100%. At what point do you say let's put Rashford up there? Because he can play up top, can't he?
yeah. One thing on Argentina is, I've watched every single Argentina game, mainly from Martinez and Messi, and they were my favourites to win it. And the first game really disappointed. I thought they were really, really poor, but I've started to understand a little bit of what Argentina are all about. Very strong in midfield. They
Yeah,
dominate games with
yeah, yeah,
possession. And, they don't carve teams open at will, but they create enough chances to get the job done. And in my opinion, they're looking really, really good. That DePaul, I think, is a fantastic central midfielder. One of the best players I think I've been watching this World Cup. Just the way he moves the ball, he finds space. So yeah, I think they're doing really good. Emmy, massive save as well, wasn't it, towards the end of that
yeah.
game?
Right at the end, yeah. I think they always say that you need to build yourself into the tournament, don't you? I don't think it's the end of the world starting slowly, as long as you get going quick enough to qualify from your group, which they did. They looked much, much better yesterday. All right. Australia aren't, a massive force in the world, but they do look better by the game, and I think the longer the tournament goes on for them, and the deeper they go into it, I just think they will get better and better and better. And Messi is coming towards the end of his career, but I have to say he's producing some really, really good football. He's looking, I'm not going to say back to his best, because I think that'd take some doing, back to his real heyday at Barca. But he's definitely looking at a huge, huge threat now. And he would want to go out. He would love to go out winning this tournament, wouldn't he? I think ultimately. So they're an interesting side to watch. Actually, they're building very nicely. They're building
Yeah.
very nicely.
So the teams are coming out, and we'll just touch on Matty Cash, who I think has had a really solid World Cup. I think he's done really, really well. Today, I thought he did really well against Mbappe until sort of like towards the end of the game, where I just think France were just in like steamroller mode at that point, weren't they? But all in all, Cash, looks like he belongs on that international level, I think, which bodes well for Aston Villa.
Yeah, I thought he did really well today. Like you say, playing against Mbappe, who'd want to do that, to be honest? But I think you have to embrace those kind of things. That's why you play international football, to play against the best players in the world, the best teams in the world, in the best competitions, and the World Cup's the best competition. And as I've said already, France are one of the best teams in it. So to have that experience at World Cup, it's amazing for him, isn't it? That can only improve him as a player mentally, to realise what the level he's got to get up to if we are going to go on and compete in European competitions, which we all hope to do over the next 3 or 4 seasons. Then that experience, he'll be much, much better off for that experience, seeing just what the levels are of the ultra elite players in Europe. So, and he wasn't overawed by it. I think there's one moment where him and Mbappe got into a foot race, and he did really well to turn the ball away from him and come away with the ball. So yeah, I think he'll be pretty pleased really with his tournament. I think Poland haven't qualified from the group stage for a very, very long time. I think they would have liked to have gone further, but it's just the way that the draw dropped for them, that they got France in the last 16. So, as we may very well find out in the next round, it's a difficult thing to do, isn't it, to try and knock France out. Currently, they are looking incredibly strong.
Yeah, so if you are watching, make sure you drop a like on this stream. It'll push it out onto the YouTube algorithm. And finally, 10,000 subscribers for Up the Villa podcast, which is just insane. It's just insane. When I set the channel up, I always remember just wanting to hit 10K. That was my aim. And yeah, just thanks everyone that supported us, that watches us, that loves watching us. And yeah, stick with us on this journey because we're here to stick around for quite a while. So thank you everyone that's helped get the channel to 10,000 subscribers. Fishy Attacks has put, if Matty Cash can do that against France, it looks good for the Villa. And we've just got a few more people saying, all right. So Senegal national anthem. Everybody now get your score predictions in. I am going I'm sticking with my prediction from the preview. I'm going 1-1. Justin, what are you going for?
You go all the way to penalties then, do you reckon?
No, extra time. We'll win in extra time.
Winning extra time, okay. I mean, I am always ultra positive, aren't I? I think it's going to be a tough game tonight, but I think we will win it in 90 minutes. But I think it could be a real end-to-end goal fest. So I'm going to go 3-2 England.
Really? Goals galore then?
No, I've just seen that, Scott. Yeah. Yes, Scott. Yes. I think it could be a Cameroon versus England, Italia 90 absolute goal fest.
Yeah. Someone's asked if we've got any hats. I've had to keep a few hats behind because in case they didn't get to people. And we've already had 2 that haven't reached the destination yet that have had to be resent out. So, yeah, it's going to have to stick in there for a little bit to see if everyone receives their hats first before I can release the next couple.
My flags fell down, so
it has, Justin.
I don't want it to be the reason we haven't won this game.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, just thought we'd just cover it and keep you guys entertained during the World Cup. But Villa are back in action, aren't they? Next week we've got Brighton, Chelsea. The following week we've got Villarreal. So Villa content sort of gets going again. 5-0 England.
Stay up. 5-0 England. Like it. That's normally me, that is. I think I'm rubbing off on people.
Yeah, we'll have to order some more.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. They are really nice, to be honest. When we looked into them, you know, the quality of the badge is fantastic. Right, let's get cracking. I don't know a lot about them, and I obviously know Ismail Assar, Koulibaly, Mendy. I think the centre forward's decent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a handful. The problem with Senegal is they miss a lot of chances.
I think that's where they miss, obviously, Mane, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, put him in this team, and they're a totally different, you know, beast, aren't they?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What do you think of the call not to put Rashford in then? It must have been a tough decision.
Yeah.
Because Saka's either been very, very good or anonymous, hasn't he?
Do you think he's gone with more out and out pace?
Yes. Although Foden isn't blessed with tremendous pace, but Saka.
Well, I've got kickoff, so
yes, I've just kicked off.
Cool. So
hopefully we're all on the same boat.
Yeah,
it would be nice. I think out of this game tonight, obviously I want us to see us win, but I think I'd like to see Kane get on the score sheet because I think going into the latter stages, you want your forward scoring goals, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. The fact that he hasn't scored a goal yet is
not. I think he'd be massively disappointed as well.
Yeah, I think I'll predict him to have about 5 goals by now.
I mean, it's looking like Mbappe's going to walk away with that, isn't it? If they go, you know, 1 or 2 more rounds deeper.
Yeah, Brett has put Senegal are rubbish on defending corners. Southgate has put his job on the line, dropping Rashford if we lose. Well, the fact that they're rubbish at on corners, I've gone for Harry Maguire anytime. That is my bet.
I mean, to be fair, he's been unlucky not to score yet, hasn't he, in this tournament? He's had some He has had some really good chances. And I said it in, I think, the second or third game. He's looked a far bigger threat in their box than he has in our box.
Yeah,
It's
I
looking
mean,
like Bellingham's definitely got that role to push forward again, hasn't he?
I'm on 1 minute 16. What you on?
Yes. And me, yeah. 15, 16, 17, yeah.
I think it's just important we move the ball quick. I think it'll be different to the other games because I think these will slightly press us a bit more.
I was just going to say, looking at it, they're happy to have looks like two up top, 4 across the middle, and they're going to press the middle as well, I would think. So hopefully we can just start getting a bit of momentum in the game and get hold of it, really. Just keep hold of the ball. We've used the ball pretty well in this tournament, and we've had a lot of possession, haven't we, as well? And hopefully that's what will happen here. But they are going to be a big threat on the counter. So whether they are going to try and suck us onto them a bit more and then use their pace on the counter to try and sort of counteract us, I don't know. Probably will be a bit cagey for the first 20 minutes as well.
Yeah, they're just spraying the ball cross field, keeping it okay, Senegal. Villa players asked us who are our favourite Villa players of all time. Mine is Juan Pablo Angel. Everybody knows that on this channel. Justin, I don't know who yours is actually.
I think it always has been Paul McGrath, to be honest. I know that's an obvious one. But he signed for us during my sort of early days watching the Villa. And I don't think at the time, but anybody that was watching him at the time would have realised just how good he is. This is a good break from England. Nope, it's gone out. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think after he did leave the Villa and finish it ultimately, ever since, I think you're just comparing him to every single defender we've had since, and there's nobody really got anywhere near. I think the closest for me when he was fit was Martin Larsson, who was a phenomenal defender. But even he didn't have the sort of ability that McGrath had on the ball as well. And his reading of the game was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so, I mean, there's loads of players I could name as favourites. I love Sid Cowans. I've never seen a better passer of a ball than Sid Cowans. And one of my favourite forwards was Alan McInally, who didn't hang around long. Unfortunately, went to Bayern Munich. But, yeah, there's so many, isn't there? But Paul McGrath, for me.
Senegal are through. Pace. Oh, dangerous. That's what Senegal pose.
Yeah.
One ball straight through the centre backs.
This is what I'm saying about this counter. You've got to be so careful. I think
it's a different one, isn't it? When you ask people what their favourite player is, because sometimes they don't have to technically have done that well for the club, do they? For whatever reason.
No, I think you have players that you just really like, and other people might not really like. But as I say, I think the obvious one was always McGrath with me. But interestingly, with the African countries, I think this is the tournament that they've really, really kicked on, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I know Pele once famously said, "Was it Italia '90?" When the African countries weren't really that good then, when you started to see the likes of Cameroon qualifying. And he said one day an African country will win the World Cup. And I think a lot of people mocked him really then at the time. But now I think it's a definite possibility one day that they will.
Yeah,
because they're so strong, aren't they?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think if you're looking at the World Cup as a whole, into the different qualifying groups, like like CONCACAF and the European sides, it's all quite competitive at this World Cup. Which normally the teams in around Australia are quite weak, but they've done really well. Japan have done fantastic. So I think everybody has really been pretty competitive, really.
They have,
which is a bit of a shock. There's been no real whipping boy, has there really?
I think Qatar were, but they didn't have to qualify, were they? Did
Yeah.
they? So I think that was a bit of an anomaly, really. But I think of the teams that have qualified, nobody's really disgraced themselves. I think some of the bigger nations like Germany, they've obviously gone out again. They'll be very disappointed where they are. But I think, again, it just shows the quality of the teams that have qualified. At one point in that group, Spain and Germany were going out, weren't they? Which would have been unbelievable.
It's got quite scrappy there. England do well to keep the ball. Foden and Bellingham.
I think what this will be is a really physical game, like really physical. They're not going to be frightened to put a foot in and to get physical with us, as you saw there with that challenge on Bellingham. They are going to be. They're the big side as well, physical, fit as anything as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so we've got
just whether they carry the quality.
Watching, so over 60 watching. So make sure you hit a like.
This is where you're hoping it swung into Harry Maguire's head, isn't it?
Yeah, just get my goal there. Oh, little
cheeky short one.
There we go. Cut it across. Rice smashed it high. Oh, Maguire, get your head on it, kid. Kane, edge of the box.
Turning.
Keeping the ball, retrieving it well. Oh, free kick. Offside.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be a bit of a stop-start. First half, maybe even. Just trying to get that foothold in the game. Yeah, miles off. Again, like we said the other game, getting Foden on that ball is key, isn't it? In areas where he can really hurt teams.
Interestingly, they're playing. Oh, nearly won the ball there, Saka. They're trying to play out from the back, Senegal as well. So we can have a bit of a press on them like we did there. So they don't look that comfortable, do they? They're playing out from there.
No, I think it's where it's important that Rice and Henderson and Bellingham are pushing up as well as the front players that are pressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you don't want an easy out ball there, especially when you're rolling it into one of your defenders. You don't want them, a midfielder to come deep and have an easy ball out. You want the whole of and again, you want your back four to push up to the halfway line, don't you? To press really the whole side pressing.
Yeah, and we've seen it a few times now. That long ball over the top from Senegal. It looks like a tactic that they're trying to keep doing, aren't they?
Well, I think that they're probably going to try and isolate Harry Maguire, aren't they?
Yeah.
Salah will know. Well, that's good from Bellingham.
Oh, keeper flapped it, falls to Saka on the opposite side. We are moving this ball a bit quicker, I think. Do you, Justin? Do you think we?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're just trying to get the ball, wide and get it whipped into the box. We've seen that a couple of times now, haven't we? Is the ref stopping the game for something here? Is he moaning about the ball?
Ball flat.
The World Cup ball's flat. About 500 quid each, them balls, aren't they?
Yeah. Someone's asked us, have we spotted any talent for Villa? Now, I'm just really impressed with the Paul in central midfield for Argentina. Obviously, we got no chance of signing him. But yeah, I've been impressed with him. Other than that, it's just the standard players that have been doing well, isn't it? Really, like Messi, Mbappe.
I really like that Musiala. I can never say his name. Musiala. I did a bit of research on him. I didn't realise he came through the English ranks, didn't he?
Did he?
He played for the England under 14s, 15s, and 16s, but he decided to change allegiance to Germany, which is a massive shame because he's just a hell of a talent. He is.
I'll tell you who else I've been impressed with. Ambolo from Switzerland.
Yes. I would agree with that. Yeah.
He has looked a real handful up front.
He's a proper unit, isn't he, as well?
And
vibes.
Yeah, one of the strikers for Croatia. I was impressed when I was watching them as well. And Sosa from Croatia. Villa were linked with him last January. And he's been playing really well for Croatia.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to work hard to break these down today.
Yeah, but I feel like they've got a mistake in them.
Oh.
I think if you can drag that back line out of position a little bit, and get a runner, then I feel like that might be one of the best ways.
Yeah, I think Foden and Bellingham, really, they're your men there, aren't they?
Yeah. Someone
Late
said
runs from midfield.
the Argentina goalie looks all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wouldn't mind signing him.
not bad, is he?
I said today, I can't believe he's our goalkeeper. I can't. He's definitely one of the best goalkeepers in the world, isn't he? And the fact that he's Villa's goalkeeper is amazing.
Saka through. Ball across the box. Overhit. Falls to the opposite side.
I think you're about 2 seconds ahead of me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Right. Bellingham. Oh, he's through then. Great change. I think this is going to be a good game, Justin.
Yeah, I think a goal would open it up, wouldn't it? Because Harry Kane.
Our goalkeeper flapping at stuff.
That's second ball across the face of the box in the last 2-3 minutes, isn't it? This is why I get frustrated with Harry Kane. He get going wide and you want him in the box, don't you?
Yeah.
When you do play up front on your own, you have to be a little bit more selfish and sort of let the players out wide do them kind of jobs. I think he's got a little bit of his Spurs head on in this World Cup, but he hasn't got that natural player that can slip into that forward role that he's got with Son Heung-min, has he?
No.
So he drops deep or he drops wide and he's feeding the ball into the box where you want him to be. And I think by sacrificing one of the more attacking players and playing Henderson instead of 3 behind him, it means that he probably wants to do it even more to try and get on the ball.
That's good hold up play though from Kane.
Yeah, he's done well there. That's a foul, surely. That's offside, isn't it?
Goal
I think
kick.
Saka. I think the ref's not done great there. I think he could have give the foul, I think.
Yeah, that was really good play from Kane.
It wasn't a terrible challenge, but he definitely went across him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did go across his right boot. That would be painful.
So 13 minutes gone. Quite a decent game, to be fair. I think it's all right.
Oh, don't take any risks there, Harry. They are pressing. Look at that pressing. That's amazing.
Oh, he got a last-ditch challenge there, that Senegal defender.
Maybe this might be a game where he, later on in the game, so like sort of 60 minutes onwards, we come into our own. Can they keep this kind of intensity up for 90 minutes?
Yeah. A lot of these, a lot of teams are going with these kits now, aren't they? With like this sort of square shape by the number. Don't know whether I like it.
On the front of the shirt,
Yeah, look at Senegal's kit. I think who else is doing it? Is it Croatia or Switzerland? Got like this little box in front on their shirts.
I'll have to have a look for that. I quite like our kits, actually. I wasn't so sure when it came out, but I do like it. I think we've got to beat these because their manager used to play for Blues, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah. Aliou Cisse. That's a good reason as any to beat him, isn't it?
They're in a bit of a mare now, aren't they? That they're them potential boys have pulled out.
Pulled out, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's a foul. That's a clever touch from Shaw.
I think we all knew it was going to be a tight game, I think.
Yeah, but we've started okay. I think we're moving the ball around quick enough.
Yeah,
It's just the final ball, isn't it? I think we need to
To
get
be
the
fair,
final.
we was quite poor in the last game, wasn't we? In the first half, and then we sort of went to town a bit in the second. So that still hopeful that that could be the case. Just need a couple of good chances, maybe get a goal, settle the nerves a bit.
Oh, that's good play. Sure.
Nice. Oh, poor touch from Kay. Don't think it was the best ball into him,
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't, was it? Oh, he's burning. Oh, Maguire.
He's such a worry for me. And you imagine Mbappe in that position.
Yeah.
It'd scare the absolute living daylights out of us. Saying he got pulled, did he?
Nah.
No, he's just looking for excuses, isn't he? Got away with that there, just getting a toe poke on it.
Yeah. Everyone, drop a like on this stream. Thanks again for the 10k subs. You absolutely smashed it.
Saka's been quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet all World Cup, hasn't he? Really, apart from the
He had a
first.
good first game, didn't he?
Yeah.
Scored them 2 goals, looked absolute mustard, and then I think the last game he weren't too good. Then he left him out the Wales game. Oh, that's a bit loose. Walker's done. Walker's the key for me if we do go through this. I'm not counting my chickens up, obviously, but I think Walker. I'd be tempted to go man for man on Mbappe. You know,
Would you?
I don't think anybody's tried that. Just go man mark him. That's an old-fashioned thing, isn't it? You don't hear that very often nowadays, do you? Man for man marking.
It's like Messi, isn't it? It's like those top bracket players. Sometimes it don't matter what you do.
No.
You know, like Cash was doing really well on Mbappe, and then eventually that quality just burns through, doesn't it?
Well, they just need either a split second or that yard of space, and they'll absolutely kill you, won't they?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think you see man for man markers
Yeah.
anymore.
And I think
It used to be a specialist position that did. You used to have a bloke that could man for man mark.
And I just think I'd probably say one of the best 1v1 defenders in in European football probably is Kyle Walker.
Well, he's got that pace, isn't he? And
Yeah,
that's the key. The key aspect of Mbappe is his pace.
if
I
you
know
ask,
he's a great
I
finisher, but
remember listening to an interview that Saint Maxim did of Newcastle, and then he got asked the question, "Who's the hardest defender you have to come up against?" And he said Kyle Walker. So he's really good at defending pace. I think defensively he's pretty switched on, isn't he?
he's a unit as well.
My
He's a good
worry with
defender.
playing France is that he goes back to that sort of 5 at the back.
Yeah.
I could imagine him thinking, you know what, Mbappe, how can we be more resolute? And I think he probably would. Do you think he would or not?
I think. Well, I don't know. I think they have got a very, very good front four, haven't they? I think obviously losing Benzema was a huge blow to him, but a player like Giroud playing with those 3 behind him can't fail. I think I said it after the first game. He'd be an outside bet for top scorer in the tournament, and he's not going to be a million miles away if they go far. But I think Dembele's looked good, Griezmann's looked good. Both players that have been very in and out of form for their club sides, but possess masses of ability. And then you throw the wild card of Mbappe in that mix as well. And Jesus, you've got a hell of a potent front four there. So it would worry any manager, wouldn't it? How do you balance stopping them whilst giving yourself the best chance of scoring? Not just looking like a defence. Against poorer sides, that's what they do, don't they? They put everybody behind the ball and pray for a set piece or, a break or something. I think we're better than that. I think we've got better players than that. But I do think you have to be careful you don't, go too defensive. Oof, that's a chance.
Yeah.
John Stones. It's a real balancing act, isn't it? Go too defensive and you're just giving them the license to retain the ball constantly and just you're going to be under the barrage, aren't you, for the whole game? Go too offensive and you just open yourself up to be caught out. So it is very, very difficult.
Senegal looking to come forward. Pickford's coming out of his box.
He loves that, doesn't
Yeah, loves mopping up every now and again, doesn't he?
he? Yeah, he hasn't had a hell of a lot to do this tournament yet, has he, Pickford? He normally comes into his own at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe a penalty shootout at some point. Let's hope it's not tonight. I'm not sure I fancy doing a live penalty shootout.
Oh, God. I haven't even thought about it, you know.
It's funny, you know, because when I was talking about the Cameroon game, I think I was 14, and we all watched it in my parents' front room. And when we got the two penalties,
Is that not offside?
That's a good chance. That is, he's calling for handball. Let's hope this doesn't go to VAR.
That's a massive chance, isn't it?
Poor pass out.
Not offside either.
No, he's not offside.
What a chance.
He's done well to get in front of Stones, and he just couldn't get the second ball in, could he? I don't know what they're saying about a handball.
That might be handball, you know. That might be handball.
I don't think so, because it's come off.
I don't know, man, because he's
no, it's off his elbow, isn't it? I mean, he hasn't got his arm out, has he? It's not unnatural because he's trying to block it, isn't he?
I just think after seeing Messi get that pen,
well, you can never say never, can you? Is it going to VAR?
Checking it.
Oh no, he's carrying on, isn't he?
Check
over. No, we're all right.
Yeah, after that Messi thing, that's a big chance though for Senegal. Big chance that was.
Yeah, they're going to be a threat. And that's all you need is half a chance, and you know, if it's your day and you score that goal there, you know we're up against it then, ain't we?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed with our attacking output so far.
Yeah, I think we started all right first 10 minutes, but then now they've grown into it a little bit now, haven't they?
It's a very even game, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fans looking a bit nervous.
Yeah, they look a bit glum there, don't they?
Yeah, trying their best to rally the troops. Henderson don't look too happy about something. I'm just not sure this Henderson, Rice, Bellingham sort of middle three, how it works. Because if you look there, Rice is holding, Henderson's pushing a bit. It's almost a one with the two in front. I said this the other day. It's almost a 4-1-4-1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maguire's lost the ball again there. Poor pass. We're winning the ball back quickly anyway.
Yeah, we are. I'm on 24-44.
24-43. You're slightly ahead of me.
Someone's on 25. So, Stuart, don't say anything. Their shape's 4-3-3, isn't it?
Yeah. But we look a little bit frustrated, don't we?
Yeah.
But we haven't conceded, and, you know, it's okay. I'm trying to be positive with the Southgate team today. Henderson driving forward.
Rice.
Out wide. Go on, son.
Yeah, we need to start moving it a bit quicker now.
We got an example there. You had Henderson going down the right, and then the ball switches, and you got Bellingham going down the left. So if it breaks down there now, what have you got in the middle? You got nothing in the middle, have you?
That's better. Get Foden on the ball. Yeah, Scott Sam seemed to have slowed the ball down.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah,
I think so.
It's gone a bit static, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think what we have is we've got a problem when we're playing with Henderson and Rice that both want to come for the ball when the centre backs pick it up, which then that takes more players out of the game for England.
I think you've either got to play 2 pivots and 1 proper 10. Well, I think that's the way you got to play it, and it doesn't seem to be that they've got those defined roles, does it? It seems that Henderson and Bellingham are sort of interchanging. You know, Henderson's just ran there into the right wing slot, and then you got Saka coming short for it. It's a poor ball out again from Stones.
Yeah,
Our passing through the lines has been pretty poor today.
yeah.
Thank God we've got Avit Maguire lumping it forward. For me, this isn't quite working formation-wise. It seems a little bit all over the shop. I know they're trying to interchange, and you're seeing Saka sort of dropping into the middle and Henderson picking up that right-hand side slot, Kane coming deep for the ball. I think sometimes you can be a bit too clever, can't you, trying to move everyone around too much.
They give it Rice. That should have gone to Rice there.
Yeah, little inside ball
Yeah,
there.
just give it to Rice.
Yeah, this is what we're on about, being a bit braver as well.
I think just some of the midfielders have got to pick it up and make a forward pass.
Well, you got to get your better players on the ball again. There, Foden's so sharp with these little 1-2s and movement. Bellingham, Foden. You want Bellingham, Foden, and Saka really in behind, don't you? Picking the balls up, getting into space. No, I wouldn't have Henderson in the team either. Fisher, you know, when I saw the team, my heart sank a little bit. But I'm trying to be positive with Gareth and you know, give him the benefit of the doubt. Ultimately, all that matters in these knockout games, it's like the FA Cup, isn't it? The only thing that matters is getting through. It doesn't matter how you get through. You know, if we get through in the 98th minute with off someone's arse, it don't matter, does it? You're through to the next round. We all want to win 3, 4, 5-0 comfortably and be absolutely amazing, but that's not knockout football, is it? Sometimes you have to ride your luck. Sometimes you have to, you know, be a bit lucky. But as we've said before, we've definitely got game changers on the bench, haven't we? I think that's a great point, Mick.
Yeah, Mick's in the building.
It's who's going to break first, whose lapse of concentration possibly will lead to the goal, or who's got that quality player that can, like we saw with Mbappe earlier, you know, that player that can get, you know, do something out of nothing, which we have got. We've got that in abundance.
Yeah,
We've got players that can, the moments of magic, as our old mate Stevie G used to say.
mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to rely on moments of magic. What you want to do is set a team up to win a game and dominate, but it's not always the easiest way, is it? Senegal having a bit of possession now.
Driving forward. Knocking it around quite nicely, really.
I wonder whether later in the game he will have the balls, if you like, to change it positively and take, you know, a more defensive-minded player off and go for the win.
I did see his interview before the game, and he was saying that these are the types of games where you have to change it in game and work with how the game's going. So, from his interview before the game, he is aware of what's at stake. Obviously, those things have been his biggest downfall for England in the semi and the final that we got to. So, let's hope he has learned from it.
I think what worries me, that's handball, surely.
Yeah, I thought that was handball. Here we go. Oh, what a save, Pickford. Great save.
God.
Great save. Do you know what I mean?
They've had the better two chances, haven't they?
They're two, ain't they?
Yeah, they've had both coming from wide areas. That was a poor the ball away there. It's a lovely little reverse ball.
It's good save though. Good strong hand down
Very
to his
good.
down to his left.
He's got a very good connection on that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's missed it, that, to be honest. He's hit it into the ground, but it's definitely needed saving, so fair play.
Patrick's put, I've already done 1,000 puffs on my vape.
You better get down the shop at half time, Patrick. Get some. What I was saying earlier about this, whether he'll change it. What worries me is if it's 0-0, will he be just happy to not concede? This is the crux of my.
Justin, he's happy if he gets the half time 0-0.
I mean, sort of later on in the game, if it's playing out like this, my frustration has been with Southgate is that he won't change it to try and win it. Where if we're 1-0 down, I've no doubt, and we saw that in the last two major tournaments. When we're losing a game, he changes it positively, and we always look better for those changes. Has he got the balls to change it at 0-0 in a positive way to try and win a game?
That's a good ball by Kane.
They've defended very well, actually, Senegal. Yeah. They've snuffed out any danger that's come out. I've no doubt he'll go like for like with possibly Saka and Rashford and maybe even a Foden and Grealish to try and change up those attacking positions. But would he or could he be more positive and take Henderson off and put a Jack on, or take Henderson off, put a Rashford on? Do you know what I mean? To give us that one extra more outlet going forward, especially if it's 0-0, because it's a gamble, isn't it?
I think if someone had to ask me if I had to pick between Henderson or Mount, I think I'd go Mount.
If you're asking me Henderson or Mount, I'd rather go
Grealish.
I'd rather go Robinson, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think Mount's a bad player. I just think he's in poor form. Like I think Sterling was in poor form. I know Sterling's out for other reasons tonight, but both of them started this tournament scratching my head because neither of them are in good form. And I suppose one positive is that Southgate's realised that with Mount, and he hasn't had a sniff since. So it's a shame. Is James Maddison fit? Could he come on and make a difference in this game?
I don't think he gets a single minute.
I don't think he's. I think if you're asking for the most informed midfielder that's in this squad, it's James Maddison, isn't it? And if he's done anywhere near as good as in training as he has for Leicester in the last sort of 2 months of the season, then I would love to see Henderson off and Maddison on in the 10, with Foden one side and Saka the other. That for me would be exciting.
I think there's a goal in this for Senegal.
I think there's definitely a goal in it for Senegal, unless we'll be very careful. Stones don't look very happy.
No.
Once again, Kane just hasn't been able to get in the game, has he?
No.
A couple of decent hold-up plays, and that's about it. Look how deep he is again. He's practically on the halfway line. Lovely stuff from Foden again.
Yeah, Stuart says he didn't know why it's so determined not to use Grealish. I just don't think he rates him, does he, that much?
I don't think he rates him as a starter. I really don't. I think he sees him as an impact player, that's it, which he did pretty well, in the Euros, didn't he? He did well coming off the bench. He changed the game against Germany in that really tight game. The problem Jack's got, ever since he's gone to City, he's been asked to do a totally different game to what he did at Villa, and it has changed the way he plays, hasn't it? His natural game at Villa was always to get the ball into feet, turn, beat 2 or 3, make something happen. Whereas for City, I just get so frustrated watching him for City. He just gets the ball, he stands on it, and then he lays it back 5 yards, and he does that over and over and over again. And I know the way they play is ball retention and high possession rates and all that, and just wearing teams out, looking for an opening. But for me, when he signed for them, that wasn't never Jack's game. That's not what he was known. That's not what he made his name at, was he? And I don't think Southgate knows how to get the best out of him either.
There's a cross going to come in here eventually.
Yeah, it's slightly concerning that they've had the better 2 chances.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's a nice little ball.
They're definitely, look probing, don't they?
Yeah.
Again, it's just, can they keep this up for 90 minutes?
England fans look happy.
Biting whatever's left of the nails. If my wife's watching this in the front room, any chance of a cup of tea at half time?
Cheeky Justin. Bellingham.
Oh, here we go.
Henderson has scored for England.
Come on!
Cut back from Bellingham. And Henderson has tucked it away into the far right corner.
Always said Henderson was a quality player for England.
Nice little goal from Henderson,
Yeah,
that.
very nice. Yeah. It's what we said about the attacking midfielders, isn't it?
Got to break through the lines.
Yeah. First time we get round the back. Nice from Bellingham.
Good ball from Bellingham as well, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good. I'd like to see that again, just see how the build-up came about. That might be what the straw that breaks camel back for Cameroon now, because they've played really well this first half. Kept us
Great
at
ball
bay.
from Kane, wasn't it? It was a brilliant ball
Lovely.
from Kane.
Yeah. It's what we're saying about him. He's sitting off, just sitting in that hole. He might be better off as a 10, Harry Kane eventually.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Midfield runners.
Stuart's foot cloudy. He's still on the USA game.
Very good. Very nice. Now let's see what Senegal have got in the tank.
That was a well-worked goal, that was.
Excellent, yeah. Excellent. I say Harry Kane dropping off. He's very good at that. But what happened there is what hasn't been happening. Somebody's filled in the pocket behind him, haven't they?
Yeah.
So he's managed to. He has got there and created something, and then you've got the midfield runner running off in Bellingham, but you've got somebody filling his area in the box, finishing it off. I definitely want to see us get a second, though.
Yeah. Yeah, these will come after England in the second half, won't they?
Well, yeah, knockout game, isn't it? They're going to have to try and change it a little bit. Although they have been a threat up until that point, they'd had the better 2 chances, hadn't they? But we opened them up there, and that didn't. Saka out.
Another one. Oh. Spain, who said Henderson was not good? I don't think it's saying he's not good. We were just sort of saying that he's not doing what he just did, and then when he makes and gets in the box, then
look, it's not a witch hunt against Henderson. In my opinion, and it still is, that we're a much better side when we're attacking. And the three in the middle, for me, is a more defensive setup than it was in the first game when we played a 2 and a 3. It's nothing about Henderson. It's not a personal dig at Henderson. I just think England are much better when we're attacking, as we've seen now, since that goal went in. When we go forward with purpose, with the players we have got, we're a very good team. Honestly, I think I don't want to say we can win it, but we've got players capable, good enough to win it. But when we sit back like we did in the first 20, 30 minutes of this game, it worries me that other teams will just pick us off because I think our back four aren't that good. I do. I think that's our weak link, isn't it, at the back? So I like to see us attacking teams. But to be fair to him today, he seems to have got the balance okay. And as I've said, I've put my questioning of Southgate to one side for the rest of this tournament now.
Intercepted well. England.
It seems Bellingham's playing a bit higher up as well now. That's nice. Well, why did he wait that long? What was he waiting for? Sure, then.
I mean, he was just waiting for that little dink ball, weren't he?
As soon as Bellingham puts him in there, you either strike through the ball, take a touch, have a shot. His touch just took him wide, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
First touch wasn't good. Look at that. Toe poked it away from him. If he takes his touch with his instep there, he gets a strike off on goal. And then he's just waiting to try and commit the keeper. Bellingham seems to have had more and more of an impact on this game in the last 5-10 minutes as well.
I agree.
Playing in that slightly further forward role.
We're starting to win the ball back quicker.
Yeah, I think that we've seen Senegal maybe heads dropped a little bit, I think, since we've scored, because up till then, they were doing a pretty good job of keeping us quiet, weren't they? While still looking a bit of a threat. But I think that goal could have really knocked the stuffing out of them. So if we could maybe get another one fairly soon, I think we'll be, dare I say it, pretty comfortable in this game then. Bellingham and Henderson. Loving it. He's got the World Cup already, look.
It's coming home.
He's nicked it. He's nicked the World Cup.
Yeah, another one just before half time would be very, very tasty. So on the channel, we do have now a new little button. Memberships are set up. So if you would like to support the channel, we've just put a little $1.99 sort of fee to help support the channel. The money will go back into the channel to help different equipment, stuff like that. So if you would like to be a member, you can now do that as well.
Another corner. Hopefully get something from this. Get your Harry Maguire. Is that any time Harry Maguire or first goal scorer?
Anytime Harry Maguire.
What was the odds on that?
I've had a couple of other things as well.
Oh, okay.
I've had what else have I had? I think I had one of their players to get a yellow.
Oof, we've seen Tim Maguire as well. There's definitely the extra time, the added on time's calmed down a bit, hasn't it? In the last round, we've seen some more normal added on times, 2 minutes. So overall, I think I'm quite happy with that half.
Yeah, I think it's
I
been.
don't think we were great first 20.
No, they created those two big chances, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then we sort of woke us up a little bit, didn't it? Especially that one after the Pickford save.
Yeah. Scored at the right time as well. Good time to score, that was.
So I think we're going this really happy now. There's going to come a point where they have to come out and attack us. So, we can find space definitely in
When
this.
yeah, when they do as well, with players we've got on the bench, fresh legs coming on, we could really open them up. I'd feel a lot more confident with a second, but we can try and get that early in the second half. Be interested to see how they set up actually early in the second half.
Yeah, because I think even they would look at this now and think, you know what? Still, I think they're still in this. They've created
Yeah.
2 good chances, and they've not absolutely been battered, have they? So
Well, I watched the Poland game earlier, and to be fair to Poland, up until when France scored, Poland had a couple of very good chances.
yeah, they grew into
Barring,
it as well.
barring a bit more better finishing, Poland would have gone ahead in that game, and very similar to this game, really. Whereas they've had the better chances up until we scored, barring a bit better finishing, then Senegal are ahead in this game, and it's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? So, as always, the first goal is so key, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad we've got it and have calmed the nerves a bit. Again,
England on the break just
Bellingham.
before. If we can get a goal here,
He's
Kane,
great,
clean
Bellingham.
through. Yes!
Get in, Harry Kane.
Kane, clean through, 2-0 England.
Bellingham
Yes.
again. Bellingham again. Absolutely fantastic from Bellingham, that is. Driving through the middle of them all and having the ability to lay the ball off. Kane, just what we wanted, what we said at the start, wasn't it? Get Kane, get the win, get Kane a goal. That'll do him absolutely the world of good, that will.
But yeah, he weren't missing that, was he?
No, he was very
when he gets
confident.
in their positions, Bellingham, man, he's class.
He's
Bellingham,
been
wins that ball
outstanding.
with the header, puts in Foden, little through ball into Kane. He ain't missing this. No chance.
Movement brilliant in midfield
Boom.
again. Arrowed into the bottom corner. I tell you what, as well, that is an unreal pass from Phil Foden.
Yeah. The
You
pace
watch,
of it.
yeah, you watch that again because Bellingham's fed it into Foden and he hasn't broke his stride at all. First touch outside, inside of his left boot, and he's put it into Kane's path. Fantastic break, but massive plaudits to Jude Bellingham. What a player this kid is!
Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic.
Scenes in the crowd as well.
So 2-0 England, half time. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back at the start of the second half. So yeah, I'll get a drink and whatever, but we'll see you in a little while. I'll put some of the if I just share the screen, I'll put some of the stats from the game on just while it's half time as well. We are back. Well, I am. Justin's not. So Senegal making 3 substitutions. So they're going for something.
They got to throw everything at us now, haven't they?
And Afex RYU has been Up the Villa podcast's first ever member. So thank you very, very much for that. It's absolutely massive. So thank you very much. You should get like a little Up the Villa icon, and as you progress different levels, you get a different little icon. So thank you very much for that, mate. Means so much. So thank you. Is that the Hyundai ad with Stephen Gerrard on? Yeah, as soon as I started hearing that his voice, whenever I've watched it, I was thought, oh god.
Just listening to the halftime analysis from Ian Wright, Keane, and Neville, and they basically agreed with us. The first 35 was a little bit concerning. They were worried about the midfield, and they were worried about the lack of creativity. But the Jude Bellingham masterclass has sorted that out, hasn't it?
Yeah. They're flying in now. We've got another member, Michael Dimmock. Thank you so much, mate. We do have we will be doing more things for the members, but just while I just set it up, we've just got the badges for now. And then we'll create content especially for members as well. Once it's all just settled down a little bit. So thank you very much for that as well. It'll be interesting to see what these 3 changes do now.
Well, 2 midfielders and a forward, I think they said. So obviously he wasn't happy with the attacking options. Although they did pretty well. I mean, like I said, if for better finishing, they'd have gone ahead, wouldn't they? But we've created 2 very, very good chances and took both of them. I'd be interested to see if there are only 2 shots on target.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Showing we had 4 attempts. Oh yeah, 2 shots. 2 shots on, 2 shots off. So there are only 2 shots on target.
Yeah, there's something new that we've been doing just for the World Cup. But yeah, we've got loads of content that we do weekly as well. So
we've got a big episode coming up on next week as well, haven't we?
Oh yes, Justin. So you guys will be getting to see the episode on Wednesday. And me and Justin are recording it with a special guest on Tuesday evening. So we don't do special guests by halves on this channel. So the only special guest we've ever had on so far is Nigel Spink. So, yes.
I've been working on this for a long time.
Expect a good one.
It's finally come off. So, yes, hopefully everyone will enjoy it. In fact, I'm a little bit nervous about talking to him, but I'm hoping it'll all be all right.
Justin will smash this.
Kanye West. It's not Kanye West. No, Afex. I wouldn't know what to say to him, to be honest. No, it'll be good. It'll be good. Looking forward to it. I've done my research. I've got everything ready for it, so it's just a matter of doing it now.
And we are not going to be doing watch-alongs for Aston Villa games in general. So that's something that we aren't doing. But I am going to do a watch-along for the 2 friendlies. So Thursday and Sunday, I'll be doing the Brighton and Chelsea watch-along. So come and join.
What time's the Thursday one?
I think the Thursday one is about 1 1 o'clock, 1:30ish.
I might be able to jump on that one with you then.
Yeah. So if any of you haven't watched the Nigel Spink interview we did, it was fantastic.
It
Was
was very
so
good. Yeah.
good. You know, you can go back and relive that because the tales he tells in that were just fantastic. Senegal are through.
Chance.
Back. Shot. Cleared. So we have another massive fan who's been commenting on our channel a lot recently. Rachel has become a member. So thank you very much for your support as well. It just, I find it mad, but yeah, thank you very much to all of you that support the channel.
It's not that we just reading that cloudy comment. It's not that we don't want to do watch-alongs with Villa. It's just logistic-wise, we all go to all the home games, and we try and go to, the many away games as we possibly can, and they have to be on the telly, don't they, as well? So the chances of all them three things happening, whereas A, we're not at the game, and B, we can, and they're on the telly. So, I mean, if they are, I presume we can do them, can't we, Luke? If there's a Sunday game and we can't get to it, if say it's an away game.
My thing is with the content on this channel is, as you all know, it's very consistent and it's very regular, and that's what I'm massive for. So I don't want to commit to doing something that we can't do every single week. So yeah, that's why we don't do them. And Josh from A View from a Stands does them. And one of my big things about setting up this channel is I don't like to tread on anybody's toes that already has a specific sort of concept. So if you want watch-alongs, make sure you go and check out Josh's channel, A View from a Stands. Yeah, so to join, all you have to do is click the icon that says join, which is next to subscribe. And then, you can become a member for $1.99 and the money just goes back into this channel.
What do you reckon? Substitutions about an hour in?
I reckon you might leave this for a little bit.
Because the other thing you got to take into account is the games coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make sure you don't get key injuries. I mean, I don't want Bellingham to get injured. You wouldn't want Kane to get injured, really, as well. They're the two, probably, at the moment, the most important players, aren't they?
Yeah.
The likes of Saka and even Foden to an extent, although he's a very unique player, there is players that can come in and sort of take them roles.
Yeah, I think Villa TV are showing both of the friendlies, and I'll do another little interesting video. I'll do a little Emery cam for the Villarreal game because I've decided to sit right behind the dugout for that one. I just want to try and get a bit of an insight of what Emery's like, because when I went to get a ticket, the upper halt was closed, so I'm sitting behind the dugout for that one.
Nice to get Kane another goal now as well. That'd be good.
Yeah, it's just good that he's up and running now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll be pleased. Well, the longer it goes in a tour, especially for a striker, the more frustrating they get. And you want to get him into form because we're going to need him. We're going to need him against France, aren't we? Because, the chances could be very few, far between against them. So we've got to be absolutely on point with finishing in that game.
Yeah. And if we do get through, we will do an England-France watch-along on Saturday evening at 7 o'clock.
Do you think we're going to do these all the way through to the final if we get there?
Yeah, we clean through. Saka, spurned his shot.
I can see Saka getting taken off.
I could see him getting young player of the tournament the way he's going.
Saka?
No, Bellingham, I mean.
Oh, Bellingham, yeah. Crikey, Riley. What a player he is.
Where's he going? Who's going to have him?
I think it's looking like Man City, isn't it? Lots of rumours starting to circulate. Obviously, he had that link up with Haaland, didn't he, as well? So, I think I know Liverpool were heavily linked with him, but I think if you're Pep Guardiola, there's only one midfielder you need. Because for me, he's shaping up to be the best midfielder in world football.
He's just, I mean, for his age as well, you're going to get like 10
This
years
is what
out of
I'm
him,
saying.
aren't you?
You're going to get so long out of him. And with how good he is now, how good's he going to be in 5 years when he's not even mid-20s, 24? I mean, it was amazing earlier when they said that Kylian Mbappe is only 23. The records he's putting down, just ridiculous. But Bellingham, the world is his oyster. I mean, dare I say it, could he win the Ballon d'Or? Contender for that at some point?
He's one of those, he's a generational player now, isn't he? He's just going to...
Well, if you wrote down your perfect midfielder, what you'd want out of him, he ticks, I'm going to say, almost every single box. I can't think of anything he's weak at. He's got pace. He's got a massive engine on him. He gets up and down. He's technically very good. He's a big unit, so he's not afraid of a tackle. He's good in the air. He scores goals. He's an assist machine.
Oh, Kane,
in this game.
Build it.
Oh, lucky there, the keeper. There's just nothing he can't do, is there?
No.
I don't agree, Stuart. I think he's so good. He walks into any team in the world. I do really. I know they have a pretty strict rotation policy, so he would probably have to spend a certain amount of time on the bench. But I think he'd be like Haaland. I think he'd be almost. I don't think you could leave him out. I mean, I knew he was good before this tournament, but I genuinely didn't think he was this good. He's top drawer, isn't he?
I think he just looks comfortable. Whatever level he plays at, he just still looks as good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Saka,
good.
3-0.
I tell you what, that is a brilliant finish. That is. I absolutely love finishes like that. He knew exactly where the keeper was. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. That is game,
do you know what?
And match.
This has been far easier than what I thought it was going to be.
And me, to be honest. I think first half an hour, I was a bit concerned that it was going to be a really tight game, but very similar to the Wales game. Once they ran out of steam, we've gone up a level, haven't we?
Yeah.
And this is what I've been saying the whole tournament. We are such a much better team when we go forward, when we attack teams and we look good and we move and we press and we get forward. That's quality from Foden. Two amazing touches. I mean, defending is atrocious there in the middle. He's standing there in the middle of the box with nobody on him. Lovely finish. Lovely, lovely finish. Watch this in slow motion now. Little dink. Lovely.
We actually look quite good, don't we?
We look brilliant going forward. This is what I'm saying. When he lets, what I said in the Euros, let that handbrake off. Let them attack. The players we have got are insane going forward. I mean, we're saying that Saka's been quiet all game, yet he gets one chance, scores. Foden possesses unreal talent. Unreal. I mean, just ridiculous players. Harry Kane scores goals for fun. Bellingham is just ridiculous. and you've got players on the bench like Jack and Maddison's on the bench, Sterling's on the bench, Foden, Foden's playing, but Mount, quality players. Yes, the back four worries me, but
we're quite we're quite clinical at times as well, which
Well, yeah,
is
because we've
good.
got that ability, we've got that top quality.
I mean,
Kane dropping
this
deep
could be
again.
4 or 5 now.
Well, I think it could be anything. Genuinely think this could be anything.
We
I,
need
I
we
would
need we
like,
need
I
we
think,
need a Maguire goal. Where's my Maguire goal?
Andy just said. I think it could be very wise now to start changing players. I mean, Saka, you wouldn't say, apart from the first game, he's had a brilliant World Cup, but he's got 3 and 3 now. It's just ridiculous. Aren't we the top scorers in the tournament?
Um,
I'm sure we're the top scorers
must
in the
be, yeah.
tournament. Let this England team, just let them play, let them attack. That's where we are at our best. Sit back like we did in the first half hour, and we look. I don't say we look average, but we don't look as good. We just don't look as good. Once we get our head and we go forward, we're a different beast. Oh, we don't want him to get booked. We don't want Bellingham to get booked.
How many cards is he on?
I don't know if he's got any yet, but the worry is if he gets one now,
Yeah.
and then he gets one, say, in the quarter or the semi. God, we get that far. You got to be so careful.
Yeah, because they get wiped after the quarters, don't they?
I'm not sure. I know it's at some point.
It's
Yeah,
after the quarters.
after the quarters. Okay,
Yeah,
so he's okay if you got a booking now.
yeah.
It looks like there's going to be a few coming on. I'd say Phillips is coming on. Looking at that, what was it? Phillips, Trent,
Went.
Rashford, and Jack. Yeah, I'll be quite happy with that 4 coming on. We're not going to lose this game now, are we?
Oh, through again.
Go on, Phil. No. Yeah, let's get the subs on now. Let's rest the players now. When do we play again? Saturday.
Saturday at 7.
Saturday night. So we've got to be. It's a decent break though, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think there's no games on. Is it Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of days break in it.
Yeah, let's have a look. When is it? So you've still got Japan, Croatia tomorrow at 3.
Yeah.
Brazil, South Korea at 7. Tuesday, you've got Morocco and Spain. And at 7, you've got Portugal, Switzerland. And
That's
then
the
you've
other
got,
half of the draw, isn't it?
yeah, and then you've got Wednesday, Thursday, no games. And then you've got, so far,
Quarterfinals then, yeah.
yeah, you got Netherlands, Argentina on Friday. And then we'd be at 7.
Yeah, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days break, 2 semi-finals, and then next
Yeah.
weekend
Yeah.
is the final, isn't it? Yeah. 3rd and 4th on the Saturday and the final on the Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like Jack's coming on. Get him another goal. Super Jack. Come on, Jack.
Their subs didn't work at half time, did they?
No, categorically failed.
They haven't laid a glove on us, have they?
No, since we've scored, we've just totally dominated, haven't we?
Yeah, everyone, we've got over 50 of you watching at the minute. So if you can hit a like, it'll just push the video further onto YouTube. We have about 28 minutes to go. Henderson's down. Grealish looks like he's coming on.
Yeah.
Mick, what do I think about Walker v Mbappe? I have already answered this. You might not have been watching, but I basically just said that I feel like Walker's a really good 1v1 defender, and Saint Maxim did an interview, I think it was last season, saying the toughest defender to come up against is Walker. So, yeah.
I think he's key for me. He's the one player. Obviously, plays that we saw that with Matty Cash earlier playing on the right. Mbappe likes to play off the left, doesn't he? So, out of all of the players in the world, who do you want? Who would be best equipped to counter what Mbappe, the threat he offers? And I mean, it's almost impossible, isn't it? To be honest, because a player of his ability, just a split second and he's gone, and his finishing ability is quality. So I think Walker gives us the best opportunity, to be honest, of trying to stop Mbappe. As I said earlier, I also would be tempted to maybe go man-to-man on him, but I know that's not really a thing nowadays.
I just hope we don't go 5 at the back. We've got Richard listening at work in New Zealand, which is mad.
Lovely part of the world.
Fair play to you.
Got a fantastic cricket team as well, Richard. You can join my Up the Cricket podcast when it starts.
Yeah, branching out to different sports. We've got Up the F1 coming and
Up the F1.
Up the cricket. I love F1, I do. So
we're going to have a full stable of sporting podcasts.
Full franchise.
Franchise them out, yeah.
Up the golf. Nah, I can't. Golf's not for me. No. I'll have to let someone else handle that one.
I might do it next summer. In the Ashes. That might be a good time to start it.
Dino's in the house. £5 super chat. Thanks, mate. Realisation South Korea will knock us out. Come on, Dino.
South Korea? How can they knock us out?
Are they even in it still?
No, well, they've got to. Haven't they got to? Our side of the draw.
Yeah, they'll have to get to the final, I think. Or if they got Spain.
Let's have a look. Our side of the draw is... No, they're not in our side of the draw, you know. Our side of the draw is... So, France are through. So, given we all probably agree that we've won this game, so we will play France.
Yeah.
And then the other side of our draw is Morocco and Spain and Portugal and Switzerland.
Is it?
By the look of it.
Yeah, I think I did say we could get Spain.
Yes. So basically, if we get through against France, which is obviously a tough ask, you would think Spain will, if it goes to 4, which it never does it? Spain will knock Morocco out. Portugal and Switzerland. I see an upset there. You know, I think Switzerland could knock them out.
Yeah.
So
Bolo's on form.
If you're going with favourites, then we're going to face Spain or Portugal in the semi-final. And to be honest, if I could pick my dream scenario, it would be to knock Ronaldo out in the semi-final of the World Cup. I would absolutely.
So can we play Portugal in the semis?
Yes. It's France in the quarters now, and then looking at this, it's Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland are in our half of the draw. So whoever gets through out of them 4.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the draw is obviously Argentina, Holland, and then it's probably going to be that Japan-Croatia game's a tough one to call, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Brazil, South Korea. Shock of the tournament, South Korea.
Up the snail racing podcast with watch along.
That'd be a slow watch along, wouldn't it?
It'd be so slow. And Dino, Spain are not out. They're still in it.
No, they're in, Dean. You've been drinking on a Sunday night, Dino. They nearly went out. There was in the same game as Germany.
But we've not got past Senegal yet.
Right, Andy.
Get the Villa fan
Please.
vibes out of you. These
Come on,
ain't coming
Andy.
back. I know as a Villa fan we'd be a bit twitchy now, but I think we're all right here.
I'd be a little bit twitchy at 2-0 because you never know, do
Yeah.
you? Especially if you're only going to get one back, haven't you? But at 3-0, I think Senegal, they're done for here.
Yeah, I do think Spain do look good.
Yeah, I like Spain. Not many people spoke about Spain, did
No,
they? Either pre-tournament.
A good team could manage a job on them.
None of the other half of the potential teams that we could play in the semi-final worry me as much as France. I really believe that. It's for me. If we beat France, we've got a very good chance of winning this. I genuinely believe that. I think, in fact, I'll say this now. If we knock France out, we reach the final.
I don't know, because I still think we got Spain. We could have Spain to come up, so...
I think we can beat Spain. Well, if we beat France, we can beat Spain, can't we?
Yeah.
And if we can beat France, we can beat anyone.
Yeah. Patrick has put, do you think Jack is leaving City in the summer? No, I don't. I think that thing that came out the other day was fake. I just think he's just getting started. I think you've seen under Pep this season that he's starting to get more game time. So I feel like that trust's building with Guardiola a little bit now. So I think he's at City for a good few years yet to come.
I'd have him back in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and as Afex said, you're listening to like Declan Rice the other day when he was talking about his ambitions to want to win trophies, to want to do this, to want to do that. Now all I want to do is win trophies. So
yeah,
there's no way they're leaving unless they're sort of told to leave. Like a little bit like how Sterling's left City. It's pretty obvious that he weren't going to play, so he had to leave. So now I think he's there for a while. Yeah, that's potentially going to be a massive one on the other side of the draw, isn't it? Spain, Argentina semi-final.
I don't think they can beat each other in a semi-final.
They can, can't they?
No.
I'm sure it's the semis.
Unless this is wrong, what I'm reading here.
Because you're saying we'd play Spain in the semis.
Yeah.
So that must mean that Brazil and Argentina are on the other side of the draw.
They can meet in the semi-final, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Netherlands versus Argentina in the one quarter final. It'll be either Japan, Croatia, Brazil, or South Korea in the other one, which you would think Brazil will come through all of those. And you would probably say Argentina will beat Netherlands. So it'll be Argentina, Brazil, one semi-final, and either us or France versus probably Spain or Portugal in the other one.
It's hot enough, innit? Gets exciting.
But I mean, once you get to that kind of level, anybody can beat anyone on the day, can't they? It's just got to be your day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Big game, few chances,
Good
key
few
moments.
days off now, though, as well, after this.
Yeah. Yes, Pat, I agree. It's horrible not having Italy in the World Cup. Just feels like feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like USA '94 when we didn't qualify. It was just so weird watching a World Cup when your team's not in it.
Ooh.
It's a decent effort. So Pickford hasn't been massively tested this World Cup, has he? I mean, he made that one good save in the first half, but
yeah,
he hasn't had loads to do, has he?
John wants to know what everybody's thoughts are. So, what are we saying? Early vibes then. France, England. What are you saying?
I'm saying it's going to be a hell of a game. I'm praying he lets us attack them. As we said this in the first half, I know we got a bit ahead of ourselves before we got the 3 goals, but the worry is how much does Southgate worry about them without letting us play? I think if he overly concerns himself with France and goes defensive, I'm very worried.
I think looking at France for me, from watching them in this tournament, I think their defense is strong, midfield's decent. Giroud, I think he's so underrated. So underrated his movement. Dembele did okay today, but Griezmann, they've got Griezmann as well, and they've got a lot of movement, haven't they? So
As I said earlier, I think we have got a very good front four, and they have got a very good front four. The only difference is they have got Mbappe and we haven't. But I think there's goals from all over our attacking output, as we've proven in this tournament. Midfielders are scoring. Kane's got his first goal today, yet with the top scorers in the tournament, which says a lot, doesn't it? So I just worry that he gets overly concerned and tied up with their attackers and sets us out a bit too defensively. Because if we play the first half an hour like we did today against France, then they go 1 or
2. Those 2 big chances that Senegal missed at 0-0.
Bellingham's going off, by the way.
He's had a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, mate. What was you saying?
Those 2 big chances that we missed, that they missed, sorry. You could be 1-0 down. We've got another new member, James Wood. Thank you so much for being a member. Absolutely massive. So thank you very much.
I agree with Stuart, what he's put there as well. Best form of defence is attack, and that's in a nutshell England. We haven't massively been tested in this World Cup yet by an attacking side that's a genuine threat for the tournament, and that is what we're up against in the next round.
And Rachel makes a good point about them being difficult and that they can score against us.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been 1-0 down yet, have we? This tournament.
No.
So
no,
we haven't really seen our sort of.
We haven't been massively tested, have we? We've had moments in games where we've been poor. Like the last game against Wales, the first half was very poor, but eventually the quality showed. Today was a very similar first half. Now wasn't great. We looked a little bit laboured and like we didn't really look. We didn't know where the goal was coming from, to be honest, because Kane looked like he wasn't going to get a chance. And then all of a sudden, some quality play, and we go ahead, and that's it then. And then the confidence we have then to attack goes up, and as we've seen throughout the whole tournament, when we attack teams, we are a massive threat. But the worry about France is you cannot afford to leave that back door open at all, because they will punish us. Senegal had their chances in that first half hour, and they didn't punish us. And when we got our chance, we've buried them. We will not get that. France will not give us that opportunity. They will put us under massive amounts of pressure. So we've got to be very, very, very careful.
Claudi's asked where Hannah and Ryan are. They're not in the watch-alongs. Just life, mate. It's,
I think Ryan had he had a pre-organised place to go to with the last game. I think Hannah's watching it at her parents', I think.
Yeah.
With a family event.
And it's not our jobs. So, it's life takes over, I'm afraid. But Yeah, I'm always here anyway, mate. So don't worry.
And me, Billy, no, mates.
Yeah, me and Justin.
The Up the Villa podcast gang of my mates, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So, do we think we're going to score another goal before the end?
Oh, I do. Oh, nearly there.
Oh, I just couldn't get on the end of it.
Yes, Robert, we 10K. So massive number. Cloudy said that we'll do, Justin. Yeah, Pat's saying that the next 6 to 8 years there'll be a couple of top African teams. Oh, I
There
think
already are, to be honest.
Senegal are one. To be fair,
Yeah.
you know they just lack a little bit, don't they?
They've missed Mane, haven't they? That's the
Yeah.
thing. They've really, really missed Mane. They've got through without him, which is fantastic. But I think if you put Mane up front in that first half and you give him them 2 chances they had, they probably scored, don't they? So if ultimately, I think losing Mane has cost them.
I know I keep going on about this Netflix series, but you have to watch Captains because it follows Aubameyang with Gabon. It follows Jamaica as well, and there's one bit that's so good. Bailey's in there as well when he got called up, and I think it follows their goalkeeper who's their captain. It follows Modric, and it shows you like all behind the scenes of like qualifying for this World Cup, and it's so fascinating of what it means to the players that play for some of these sides, such as like Gabon and teams like that. So yeah, it's really really good.
Just in that comment from Standing on the Word, saying, so far I've seen nothing from France that we need to worry about. Did you not watch Kylian Mbappe earlier? Because if you're not worried about him, then I'll be very concerned because the 2 finishes were out of this world. Out of this world.
Yeah, and the ones that who are now members, we have got some like little icons that should be coming up next to your name. So I don't know what you're meant to do, but go have a look in your settings and see if you can select the icon that you should have next to your name. Because I've custom made some, so you should get like a little logo that says Up the Villa on. So yeah, you might have to have a little look, but yeah, you should have a little thing next to your name.
Yes, Mick, Mbappe is quite an issue, isn't he?
So we got another one from Connecticut. That's America, isn't it?
Yeah.
So much better listening to you guys than the American TV announcers, and one of them is English. I think he's told to talk down England all the time. I think he meant we've got nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay. I think they have got to worry about us. I think they would be worried about us. As I say, we're the top scorers in the tournament, aren't we?
Yeah,
I don't think they will lose sleep about us because I think they will be confident enough in their ability, to beat anybody. But I think they'll be very wary of us because we're coming into it in good form, scoring plenty of goals. It's going to be a very good game. It's going to be a really good game, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very, very interesting, and we are more than capable of beating them. I always think things like, they are the current champions. So are they going to go on and win it again? It is very, very unlikely to win 2 World Cups in a row. So I think somebody will knock them out.
I don't know. I think when I look at them, they've got that sort of DNA in them now, haven't they?
Yeah,
That they know
which is
what
what
it.
we're building. Which
Yeah,
is
but
what we're building.
they can build from a bit of experience, can't they? Which would probably
Well, let's not forget France hadn't won a World Cup up to '98, and they've
yeah.
won 2 now. So they are, like you say, they know how to win these things.
Well, I'm going to have a chat with my brother anyway this week because he lives in France. So it'll be interesting to see what the vibe is, what their thoughts are from the
I think they'll be
locals.
very confident.
Yeah. Thanks, Rex.
That's a good thing. Cloudy says France aren't that good at the back. Are they? Who's got the best back five? Because I think the keepers are fairly even, although I do really like Lloris. I don't know much about their fullbacks. I know their left back isn't their first choice left back because he got injured, didn't he, in the first game?
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's done a good job, although he's not, in my opinion, he's not a world class left back. But he's a good left back. I think Kyle Walker is very good right back, and they've got Varane.
Yeah.
They've got
They've got,
Varane and Upachat. I can't pronounce his name.
Umpakana.
Upacano, that's him.
And
So they've got Varane and Upacano.
Hernandez is good. I rate him.
Yeah, he's their second choice, though, isn't he? Because the other Hernandez got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
That Kunde. Is
I mean,
he a right back?
That front four is pretty good.
Yeah.
Rabiot, right, Rabiot.
Yes. Interesting today. I don't know if you did. I didn't know this. That in the last World Cup, he was put on the standby list, and he refused to go on the standby list.
Really?
In the last World Cup, yeah. But now he's a starter. So that was an interesting thing that they said earlier. And I don't know much about the other sort of holding midfielder, but I don't think either of them are as good as Bellingham. Yeah, I agree, Russell. We are the top scorers, but yeah, we haven't played a top nation yet. There's no doubt about it. My biggest concern of the last 2 tournaments, looking back at them now with hindsight, was that we had a very similar run to the final and the semi-final in those tournaments, played against weaker sides, which we have obviously historically got out to weaker sides in many of these tournaments over the years. The one thing we have done really well over the last 2 tournaments and this tournament is we are comfortably beating the teams we should beat, which is great. What we haven't done is we haven't gone on to beat that big nation, the one when it really matters. Because even Germany, when we knocked them out last time, they were on the way down in the Euros. They'd knocked out in the group stages of the previous World Cup, which they have done again now. So they're not massively strong at the moment. Against Italy in the final and against Croatia in the semi-final, we were 1-0 up in both them games, and we ended up getting beat in both. And that's the thing that considerably worries me. And we're now faced that exact scenario on Saturday in the quarter-final again. We're coming up against a proper side who have come here to win the World Cup without question. So we've got to be massively on it. We've got to be tactically perfect. The selection's got to be right. And they've got to go out and execute on the pitch, haven't they? So it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, Russell, that's exactly what I'm saying. My concern is Southgate. It has been all the way along. But he's qualified us out of the group, and we've got through comfortably in the last 16 again. So quarterfinals, here we come. Let's hope he's learnt from those 2 tournaments and he allows our attacking players to get forward. Do you know what? Against France, I'd take penalties. If you offered me penalties right now against France, I'd say, yeah,
No, I don't know. Just
I would, just because of how good they are. I would take my chances on penalties against them.
right. I tell you what, Rachel in this chat, she talks sense all the time.
Yeah, you got to cut it off at the source, haven't you? I do like that Rabiot, and I don't know a lot about the other lad that plays in the middle, but it did. Southgate's got to come up with a plan, basically, hasn't he? He's got to come up with a plan that allows us to attack and keep the back door closed at the same time. So it's very difficult.
Someone's put, is there any Villa news? Nothing really. Nothing at all.
When do they go to this?
I think it must be tomorrow.
They fly out tomorrow, do they?
Yeah. So we got the friendly on Wednesday. So
Okay, they must do then. Yeah.
gotta be
Where's it they're going? Dubai.
Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, there was some Villa news that come out the other day saying that Villa have upgraded a load of academy players to the first team, and I just thought, well, yeah, they're doing that for numbers, aren't they? Really?
No, yeah, got to get him on the training ground, didn't they?
Yeah. We had a flurry of transfer rumours last week, didn't they? We had about three strikers and I think it was either a midfielder or a defender. So those will probably start ramping up again this week as well.
Senegal have had more attempts than we have. They've had 9, we've had 8. They've only had 1 on target. How much different would this game have been if they'd have scored first? I wonder.
Yeah.
But overall, again, very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Won the game. Never, after we've scored, it's never been in doubt, has it? Before it was a bit worrying, but we've done a very professional job, haven't we?
Yeah.
I do think that the real World Cup starts on Saturday night there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. To be fair, I have enjoyed doing the World Cup watch-alongs and, previews. It has been nice. Do miss the classic Up the Villa podcast content, though.
Feels like ages since we did a match preview. Or
I feel like I'm going to be a bit rusty, Match preview, predicted lineup.
Imagine doing the first predicted lineup when we come back. Can they get a consolation? Have you seen one? Has there been a free kick scored yet? I'm probably missing a really obvious one. I can't remember what.
No, I don't think there has.
A direct free kick scored in this tournament. Anybody remember a direct free kick we've scored in this tournament? Am I missing? I've got a feeling I'm missing a really obvious one that when it comes up, I'm going to think, oh yeah. Ronaldo hasn't had one, has he? Messi hasn't scored one. Have we scored from a direct free kick? I don't think we have, have we?
Oh, Rashford.
That's the one. I knew there was an obvious one I've missed. Rashford did, didn't he? Yeah. Of course he did. God, what a...
Great free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very good. Who was that, Rex? Who was that scoring that one?
He's on about the free kick, isn't he?
30-yard free kick from a left footer. Who was that? Wasn't Rashford, was it?
Oh, no.
Rex, you can't say that and say forget what team it was.
It was it a South American team? Was it Ecuador?
It might have been, yeah. The free kick, the scoring from a direct free kick seems to be a dying art, doesn't it? Because even the best players in the world don't seem to be able to do it as much. I saw one earlier from Lewandowski. Crikey, O'Reilly. It was an awful effort. And he had to retake his penalty, didn't he, as well? It's the first time I've seen that this tournament. That was good because I had both teams to score in that game. And it was 3-0. And then he got the pen. I thought, oh, great. And then he missed it. So I was glad he got to retake it. That should be that, shouldn't it? There we go.
There we go. Well done, England. Very comfortable 3-0 victory. Something I didn't predict. I thought it would be really, really difficult. But
the first game, I don't predict a comfortable win, and it's a comfortable win.
Yeah. Played really, really well. And yeah, move on now to France. So, content that I know is coming out this week for definite. The big interview on Wednesday will be dropping for you guys. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing the watch along for Villa v Brighton. And then there'll be an England preview. And then if there's any Villa news, anything, then we can report back to you on that. So thanks everyone for watching. If you do want to become a member, just press the join button next to subscribe. Your support has always been massive on this channel. And just thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the game with us. And we'll see you soon. Do you want to add anything, Justin?
No, thoroughly enjoyed it. Like you say, very comfortable win after that first half hour. I'm really enjoying watching these games and interacting with everyone. Hopefully it's bringing a bit of enjoyment for the people sitting at home, just maybe they're on their own or just out working. So yeah, really enjoying it. See you all next week. Hope you enjoy the big interview on Wednesday.
Yeah. Up the England.
Up the England.